the shot's there, it's going up.
They'll switch their teams as well, not only players. Now let's see. That's JC with the ball. Tries to bank it off the glass and doesn't do it. McLean was there for the rebound. Here comes Rucker. Rose. Down for Jensen for three. Air ball again. Gaze now. What'll he do?
Oh, I tell you, Tony Ronaldson was free on the break there, but Andrew Gaze just turned around at the crucial time.
Ronaldson tried to send it back in. Here comes Robert Rose. He's got Jensen for the 2-on-1. They go. And Robert Rose knocks in two for the North All Stars.
It's one way to get rid of your defensive play.
Oh, Vlahov came across the top. Swatted it out the back for Ricky Grace.
Joe Montana pass there to Tony Jensen, but I tell you, the defense then by the South to get back was very, very good.
This is Derek Rucker.
A little bit of shaking bait by Derek.
Ricky Grace goes sideline to Andrew Gaze, who hits metal again. End to end, we're going in this game. It's only just begun. Tony Jensen for three. And again for three. That's short. Andrew Vlahov. Big outlet pass. Ronaldson was coming in clean, but there goes Crawford.
This is an absolute flat-out foot race at the moment. These teams are just running up and down the floor.
Robert Rose grabbed it, released it, 3 points for the North All Stars. It's a 5-all ball game. Now Gaze does a bit of penetration and managed to collect it, clean it up. Vlahov had a mountain of time to put in 3 of his own.
Paul, you'd have to say that this is a pretty typical start to an All-Star game.
Yes, Dean, and you correctly picked that there's not going to be a whole lot of defense played, and so far, very true, but definitely some nice skills being displayed. The only thing I would say is that you'd expect the percentages to pick up a little bit.
So 10 points to 7. South have the lead at the moment. Derek Rucker finally slowing things down.
Well, I think these guys have got to catch a breath.
South All-Stars ready to make a few changes.
They're going to make some troop-like substitutions.
Wholesale stuff. Trimmingham, the D-Mac, and Stiff go on. Vlahov is one who's going to come off. So too is Andrew Gaze. And who's the other? Tony Ronaldson.
It's a very quick substitution by Brett Brown. For an All-Star player, I might be a bit miffed with that. Just get going, breaking a sweat.
I got to say,
what you can do.
I got to say, if I was one of these All-Star coaches, I'd do what I do with the under-10s. I'd be just making sure every guy got on the floor the same amount of minutes.
Now Ricky Grace. He's put a couple of moves on like that already.
Well, if you just have a look at that South team out there at the moment, there's some pretty fine athletes there. Leon Trimmingham certainly plays above the ring, as does that man, James Crawford. And number 14, David Stiff, can also get up above the hoop as well. So it's a pretty athletic front line out there right now for the South.
That was a sweet 3 from JC. It makes it 13 points to 7.
North lineup is loaded at the minute with guards, with Rucker, Jensen, Rose out there, and of course Dwayne McLean, as we see Isaac Burton, a hometown hero, warming up, and here he comes.
Picked on the bench by Alan Black. He's going to check in for Tony Jensen. He's already got a slam dunk competition title next to his name, and he really has been enjoying this All-Star weekend. It's almost like he's been living here across the weekend at the Entertainment Centre with a permanent grin on his face.
And that's exactly what the All-Star weekend is about. It's a celebration of the game here in Australia. And as we said, these guys will take it seriously, but they're also going to enjoy themselves and relax a little from the pressures of the week-to-week Mitsubishi Challenge.
Clarence Tyson comes in for the North, and Bruce Bolden goes off. We've got Some interesting facts for you. 9 out of the 20 players on display here tonight are over the age of 30. The oldest is Leapin' Leroy Loggins at 39 years of age. Remarkable stuff as Trimmingham puts on a move. Crawford gets it. No, McDonald gets it back. Trimmingham again gets a second attempt and manages to put it in.
Did you see that pass from Daryl McDonald?
Nice pass.
3 points from Isaac Burton. He's only been on a couple of seconds.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I may be a bit biased, but Daryl McDonald, this is the sort of form that suits him just down to a T. JC for another 3.
Oh, what a rebound by Stiff.
And he stuffs it as well.
That was just hard work under there. That was a great rebound.
17 points to 12. The South lead it. McLean goes for 2 and makes it.
The D-Train knows these hoops pretty well, Matt.
There's a little bit of talk out there, not a great deal. And James Crawford shuts everyone up. 19-14.
A remarkable athlete. Rucker all the way.
Remarkable athlete. Derek Rucker put it on the wood, went hard to the hole. It's 19 points to 16 in the Uncle Toby's All Star Game as James Crawford. Oh, Daryl McDonald with the pass, and Trimmingham takes us to a break.
The truth heard.
North and South. And Derek Rucker has decided that he's going to play this game at his pace, which means fast forward just about. We have to slow it down for you to see it.
Flat out.
Brett Maher on and on range straight away.
Hasn't he been shooting the ball well so far in season 97?
But
oh, look at that move. A little crossover dribble by Burton. The guys are crashing those boards.
here they come on transition. Trimmingham. 24-16.
Matt Zorner, no one is guarding Matt Zorner, and that's an assist. We'll give that an assist to Matt Zorner.
Put it down. I think he was surprised that there was no one in cooee of him.
No one within 500 miles of him. Ooh.
Mark Bradkey sends it cross for Trimmingham. He decides to go himself. Here comes Burton. Pops it behind the back. Where's he going to go? Does anyone know? I don't think he does. Now the D-Mac. For the South. Oh! That's Harold McDonald. Take a bow.
Oh, that's a great no-look pass. See, the highlights are coming thick and fast since only the first quarter.
26 points to 18. The points are on the way too. Rucker's done this before and he'll do it again.
He took that straight at the big fella. Mark Bradkey's got a huge smile on his face because he went after that one. But Rucker was just too good. Trimmingham, Leon, you're going to call that one. He's banking the 3. You must call that one, Males.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's going to claim he was always shooting for the glass, but in order to claim that, the rule is you have to call it as you shoot it. I didn't hear it from this end. But I'll tell you what, I was having a listen to Alan Black in that last timeout, and he put Matty Zorner and Clarence Tyson on there and made sure that their job was to take care of business first and clean up the defensive glass so they could run. But in order to get any defensive rebounds, you got to stop the team from scoring, a la Trimmingham with another easy bucket.
And that's 11 points for Leon Trimmingham. It's 31 points to 20. Have a look at this from the D-Mac, because he wasn't looking at it. To Trimmingham. Leon Trimmingham with 11 points already in the All-Star Arena, as I said, and of course Alan Black's the defending All-Star winning coach.
And there's a little bit of pressure defense by the South All-Stars. So Brett Brown using some of the strategies that he uses with his club team, the North Melbourne Giants. A little bit of pressure D, and it looks like back into a zone there, Paul. Is that right?
Yes, he will fall back into his zone. And similarly, actually, I was in the Alan Black's timeout again, and he's changed to a zone as well. As you can see, they're going to a zone defense in hopes of not having that happen.
And that's exactly what did happen. D-Mac was left open. What about Leroy Loggins? Checked into the game, and as soon as he got the ball, lit it up for 3 as well. 33 points to 23.
And All-Star game number 8 for Leroy Loggins in What a magnificent career. And here he is, spots up and fills that thing up for the 4 millionth time.
39 years of age, 449 NBL games. Quite an incredible performer.
And picked up right where he left off from that three-point competition, draining it with the greatest of ease.
We'll check out how they made it through to the Qantas long distance shootout as this game progresses, and we'll also bring you the final a little later as David Stiff goes hard to the bucket.
David Stiff has got so much talent. I mean, I don't even think he recognises it.
Now the North. Burton with that crossover dribble as well. He's done that before, and here comes Stiff with a no-looker. There's numbers here. Oh, Trimmingham couldn't make it stick. That would have been worth the admission price alone. And what? At the other end, Stiff's there again.
I'll tell you, Stiff is
Carbon
doing
copy
a hell of a
replay.
job.
Brett Maher. I thought he was going to jam it.
Stiff's got 4 points, and he's got 5 rebounds in about 6 minutes of play.
They wanted Maher to do it too.
Can throw it down, Brett Maher. He's got a very nice set of hops.
Rose. That was for 3.
27. Oh boy.
2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. This is what All-Star games are all about. Now Brett Maher for 3 again. Misses, and Rose is there for the rebound. You can just see them all looking around. Loggins for 3. Zorner's in close again. Rose finds Zorner and rejected. Looked to me like the big hands of Mark Bradke.
Yep, that's a good call, and it was a great block.
They're just firing bullets to each other. Stiff puts it off the glass for a sweet 2. 39 points to 27. Now Burton.
It looks good.
Yes, sir. Isaac Burton with 6 points. 2 out of 2 3-point range. 1 minute 30 remaining in the first quarter. Trimmingham sends it in for Bradke again.
For the South, Hayes, Ronaldson, and Clawhall. For the North, Saville.
And some more changes being made by both coaches. This will be a pattern throughout the night, won't it?
Oh, yeah, they're just going to sub guys in and out. It'll be troop subbing, and no one's going to play a great deal of minutes, but everybody's going to play some minutes. Well, you got to work it out. I mean, these guys are going to be running up and down this floor shooting thing. I mean, they're going to get tired.
They keep it this end-to-end stuff. Now they're zipping up and back. Like watching Philippoussis bash it against a wall.
So Mark Bradke at the line, and not too many guys lining up. Mark Bradke has not been altogether sensational from the free throw line this year. Matthew averaging just 58%, but look at that, proves me to be totally wrong and knocks both of them down.
100% so far. 41-30, Burton does it all himself again.
That's straight off of the playgrounds. What a great move by Zach Burton. He is going to have an absolute ball.
He's really been looking forward to it. Bradke for 3.
Now you do know it is an All-Star game.
Loggins. Nice move. That should have gone in. Here comes Bradke for Ronaldson. The big boys working it together, and Burton gets the steal. Decides to go around and over the top and inside and out, and just didn't come up with it.
Clarence Tyson was way up there.
Maher skipped it across. Saville there. The youngest player on the court at 21 years of age.
Can jump. He is a very, very spectacular player, Glenn Saville.
Here's Brett Maher. He's got Gaze to his right. Bradke's in the middle. Gaze goes alone. And Dwayne McLean says, not here, not now. 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, there's plenty of time. There's another 3 shots in that 15 seconds.
But he's been fouled.
And I'd suggest that they just, players deliberately fouled that play just to get a break.
A breather. Oh. Well, they're getting one in exactly 7 seconds. This is Isaac Burton.
Oh, look at that.
Behind the back. That was just all magic. Beautiful skills from a man who's pretty much got everything, and he likes to put it on show. Let's see what he can do here. It goes into right on the buzzer. The Southern All Star team lead this game after the first quarter, 41 points to 34 against the Northern All Stars. Isaac Burton with the play right on the buzzer. We're going to take you now to the elimination of the long distance shootout, the Qantas long distance shootout. Let's see how they go from 3-point range, and let's see who makes it into the finals.
On your mark.
So the Sydney Kings, Stephen Whitehead fires away in this elimination round of the Qantas long distance shootout. 2 out of 2 to get things moving. This is his 4th, and his 5th from the first rack misses. So 2 points as he heads off to the second rack for Stephen Whitehead.
Well, he's got a good stroke happening there. Comes the money ball. Oh, nails it.
Goes up to 7 points as he hits to the top of the key. He's made the first 2 at each rack, and he misses the second on this occasion, but follows it up with the third. He's really looking in the groove here. 9 points as he heads now to the second last rack. 22 seconds left. He needs to fire up from here. 15 points to make it through to this round. Well, this is where he needs to drop them all. First one misses. Second one skips as well. Third one drops. He's still got a bit of time. And here comes the money ball. Right on target. 14 points for Stephen Whitehead, and a bit of celebration from Isaac Burton, his teammate.
On your mark, set, shoot.
Away he fires now. Jensen. Unlike Whitehead, misses the first 2. Make it 3. None out of 4. The first rack wasn't a good one for Tony Jensen as he goes across to the second now. There's 60 seconds, 5 racks, and there's 5 balls on each of them. And Jensen finally gets one with his 4th attempt from the second rack. Follows it up with a money ball, which is worth 2 points. So goes to 3, now to 4. He's looking good from the top. Still got 24 seconds. You can see the shot clock on the top of the back board there. And Jensen goes across with 7 points. Now down to 10 seconds. That one missed, so he's got 5 more balls to get rid of in 6 seconds. The first one makes it. Jensen misses again. Last shot, it managed to go in. Tony Jensen comes up with 11 points. Andrew Vlahoff fired all right in the first round of the long distance shootout with 16 points. Let's see what he does here. He really got into a nice groove early on, didn't he?
Well, the scores aren't quite as high as they were in the first round, so plenty of opportunity and an excellent start for the hover. Have a look at this.
Perfection from the first. Absolutely perfect. 6 points.
Oh, he's on fire.
He's really going well here. Well, his first one's missed. It took him 5 or 6 shots to miss one. He's going to go to the top with 9 points. That was the same as Whitehead had from there. Andrew Vlahoff goes out to 10.
It's the money ball that's going to count. It's worth 2. Here it comes.
That's the one in his hand. It looked good. 13 points now. Make it 14. He's the man to beat at this occasion. Andrew Vlahoff with 15 points. Can skip out to 17 right there and does so.
This is a big score, man.
Tossed up an air ball.
Throw in an air ball as well.
Last second, that one counts. Does that one? No, it doesn't matter anyway. So Andrew Vlahoff from the Perth Wildcats is our leader. From the Southeast Melbourne Magic now, Tony Ronaldson. Let's see how he goes from the first. Well, Maybe they all did a little bit of extra practice before this one because they're looking a lot better from the first rack. Missed it. 2 points for Ronaldson. Goes across to the left-hand side of this second rack.
Needs to get it happening just about now. He wants to be up there with Andrew Vlahov.
We know that Tony Ronaldson loves it from this position here. Let's see what he does. 1 out of 1. Misses it. He's on 5 points now. 6, 7. And misses the money ball. So with 22 seconds left, there's still plenty of time for him to work on it, but the points are slipping away. Tony Ronaldson with 10 now. 11, 12. That was the money ball.
Still got enough time.
Yep. Certainly motored through them. 7 seconds left. He needs more than 14. With the money ball, he'll get there and does so. Tony Ronaldson with 15 points.
Mr. Laconic. I think they, if you looked it up in the dictionary, you'd see a picture of Leroy Loggins.
He's got 1 from the first rack. Now he's got another, so
It's
3 points.
The money ball. That's the one that counts.
He was electrifying in the first round with the highest score, and here he goes again.
Look at this.
Anything's possible when Leapin' Leroy gets moving. Yo! Should have gone in. From the top. Now let's see what he can do. 8 points, 9 points. That looks good. Skipped off the back, and the money ball misses as well. So he's really going to have to fire up from here if he wants to make it in to the final of the Qantas long distance shootout. Oh, he just loves it from the angles, doesn't he?
He's going to have to hurry. He's got to get through the ball.
15 points. He's up level. He just needs to drop one of these, and he's through, and there he is. Leapin' Leroy Loggins goes through, and let's see if he can drop that. Oh, amazing. Leroy Loggins with 19 points is the highest scorer. He joins Andrew Vlahov, Paul Maley. That was terrific stuff from way down where you're standing. Sweet as you like from Leroy Loggins.
Monday on Medivac.
At this stage, Brett Brown's Southern All-Stars are in the driver's seat. And let me tell you, it's a freeway.
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
brakes don't exist.
It's an autobahn. There's no speed limit. But the fact of the matter is that a 7-point lead is worth nothing in an All-Star game. That'll get turned around before you can blink your eyes.
Tyson wins the tip-off. Saville's there to clean it up, and Isaac Burton brings it back down. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass from Burton to Tyson. Andrew Gaze. There's Mark Radke. How about some of the names that we're calling for you tonight? Brett Martin. And Vlahov goes for 3. Burton knows he's got Leroy Loggins. There's a beautiful pass, and Leroy was just too quick for Clarence Tyson.
Missed opportunity on that one would have given the Northerners a chance to get back.
Another bullet pass, and Mark Radke gets up and puts it in. Clarence Tyson. Oh, that would have been heavy. Dwayne McClain.
Stuffed that thing right back in.
Oh, Brett Maher with another beautiful dish. He's doing all the dishes. 45 points to 36.
Guys, I'm sitting here on the south bench next to David Stiff of the North Melbourne Giants. And Dave, you'd expect when your own coach is the All-Star coach, you might be out there on the floor. What's going on?
Oh, mate, he got me in earlier than I thought, so I was happy for that. It's not what you know, I'll tell you.
Good fun out there? Enjoying having a run?
Definitely. It's I've never been so out of breath in my life. Just pumping. So, but it's a lot of fun to be out there, especially with players like Leroy and James Crawford. And that's a big plus for me.
There you have it, guys. That's exactly what we were talking about before. The opportunity to get to play with players that you don't normally run up. Well, you run up against, but never with.
I tell you, Paul, you got to give David a tip. Like, I know how you used to be when you get subbed out. You got to get up next to the coach and you just keep kneeing him and a little elbow.
Use your height, son.
Put me in. Want to go in? Doesn't that guy look tired? 38 to 45. The South a 7-point lead. 10.5 minutes remaining in the second term.
Andrew Gaze is barking out the instructions to the South All-Star team. Ronaldson's got it. Goes for two and missed everything. South will get the ball back. I didn't see anyone argue with the referee. Strange things happen. Oh, yes.
Look out.
Here we go. Tony Ronaldson.
I'm in shock.
Isaac Burt twisted like a corkscrew.
That is a sweet 360-degree dunk for Isaac Burton. He is on fire. He's got 12 points.
I've said it before, if any man was born for an all-star game, especially when he's playing well, it's certainly Isaac Burton as Bruce Bolden. There's only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. There's something we haven't thought about before. Now Burton goes and misses it. Bradkey for the rebound. Brett Maher. He's got Ronaldson and Blahoff. He decides to go out the back. There's Ronaldson for three. Popped it up. Bradkey should be able to put it in for two. Can't do it. Can anyone get it into the basket?
He was holding the man, Isaac Burton, and his jersey ripped off. Referees have put the whistle away, which I think is very good. Let these guys get up and down the floor and have some fun.
Dwayne McLean for two.
I can understand, Matthew, why the coaches are calling such quick substitutions. These guys are just running flat out. You heard David Stiff say that. It really gets the blood pumping.
Blahoff down low for Ronaldson. That'll be a red singlet ball. They make some substitutions. Let's take a look at Isaac Burton. He knew he was on show. That was so good. 47 points to 42. If you're interested in the score, that is, stay with us because the electricity of the Uncle Toby's All-Star Weekend is piping along after this. A few changes made by both the coaches. Andrew Vlahoff is still there though for the South. This is Gaze. Derek Rucker's back on. So too is Tony Jensen, but Leon Trimmingham doesn't worry about that. Tried to go right over the top of him. Here's Jensen. Finds Bolden, who puts it off the glass.
Nice little run here for the North team. In fact, it is 3 points the difference. Scoring has slowed just slightly.
James Crawford. Now Ricky Grace. Well, this kind of game for James Crawford, at this stage of his career, he said, even with the Perth Wildcats, he just wants to be able to show the crowds his appreciation for so many years of support in the NBL, and here he gets the chance to do it with all of his peers around him. He's certainly doing the job because he's got 11 points for the game, one of only 3 double points.
All-Star game number 6 for JC. Big block there by Trimmingham on Derek Rucker in a 3-on-2 situation.
Vlahoff to Gaze to Vlahoff. And we've got Paul Maley gone into enemy territory. He's down on the north bench. Males?
The guys, I've got Isaac Iceman Burton here, and Ice, you're giving the hometown crowd something to cheer about. That was an extremely nice 360 baseline dunk you had there.
Well, I want to let the fans know that I'm really disappointed they didn't vote me in as starting guard. So now I have to come off the bench, I have to put on a little show to let the Sydney fans, they messed up.
That they should have made a few more phone calls on your behalf, huh?
Yeah, I figured Mike would have did it, but I guess he's not the chairman I thought he was.
Now, I'll put the same question to you. I was talking to David Stiff down the other end. Your own coach is the coach of the All-Star team. What are you doing on the bench? You should be out there. You're on fire. He's saying, hey, coach, get me in the game.
I keep looking down there, but he won't look back at me. So I think, yeah, he know I'm looking at him. I'm ready to get back in the game. Matter of another 2 minutes, I'm going to be looking down, and I'm going to run down there and check myself in.
Now, Now, you enjoying playing with some of these guys you're always up against?
Oh, it's always great when you got some of the top guys in the NBL, to get together for a fun game, It's rarely you get a chance to come out here and play with all this talent, and and I feel fortunate enough to be out here playing with him.
Thanks very much, Ice. Back to the action.
Good on your males. They're dropping bombs from everywhere. I don't know if you were watching that shot from Derek Rucker. Out of the action, he was almost out of the court when he shot. I think
He was still in Townsville.
Bruce Bolden now.
It was a long three, and then Andrew Gaze came down and reciprocated.
Robert Rose.
They're filling it up from the perimeter now.
I don't know about you, Dino, but I get the feeling that Leon Trimmingham. I tell you what, you don't get a chance to say a thing in one of these games. I get the feeling that Isaac Burton's got a little bit of a point to prove.
I think his tongue was firmly in his cheek, and I'm sure that Mike Wroblewski will understand that totally.
56 points to 50. They're raining threes at the moment. This is one from the man who certainly knows how to do it from out there, Andrew Gaze. Wow.
The two North Melbourne Giants players check in for the South team. David Stiff and, of course, Daryl McDonald as Robert Rose knocks down his second three in a row. He has 14. He's the game high at the moment. 4 of 5 from three-point territory, Matthew.
Well, Ricky Grace decides to get into the action as well.
I give up. This is just amazing. It's like, okay, guys, we're going to shoot it from three-point range now.
Somebody tell him it's not the Qantas long-distance shootout, or is it from Rose? He knew that one was missing. David Stiff goes down heavy. Here we go. We've even seen the coach get into it. Went into the North bench. Doesn't happen often. The big David Stiff hits the deck while he's at your feet, so you may as well just...
Tony Jensen gave him a little help on his way. Derek Rucker has shot that one from row B.
Oh, that's heavy work. Now Grace. Oh, beautiful stuff from David Stiff.
Do we count that as an assist? I think we do.
I think we'll have to.
What a great follow-up by David Stiff.
Guys, you believe that, nice pull-up jumper from Tony Jensen there, but do you believe that, was it his armpit or his rib cage that Trimmingham blocked that last Jensen attempt with?
Stiff spins it and puts it in the hole as well.
David Stiff's up to 10, add to that 6 rebounds, so he's outstanding as well.
He's really on fire, David Stiff. He knew that Ricky Grace was going to go all the way, so he thought, I may as well be backup man. And on that time, he decided to play the lead role instead.
These guys are playing way above the hoop.
James Crawford gets pinged for a travel violation. A simple case of wanting to get too far too soon. 63 points to 55. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Now Bruce Bolden.
Trimmingham gets rid of that. 4-on-1. What will Derek Rucker do? Oh, great defense by Rucker.
And he'll claim it too.
Checking in from the north.
He'll claim it as well. Look at the D-back. There was people coming from all angles to back him up.
There was too many options on that play.
I was going to say, Dean, I think D-Mac will kick himself after the game to be leading the break with Crawford coming down one lane and Leon Trimmingham coming down the other. He would have liked to have converted that one.
I bet you he would have liked to have had 2 basketballs on that play. Look at that pass there by Robert Rose. Clarence Tyson follows it up and gets the 2.
And if I'm Robert Rose, I'm going back and saying, hey, I don't get the assist for that.
Oh! That was spectacular again from David Stiff. Poor old Robert Rose hit the deck when he saw the first shot miss. Trimmingham tried to get in the way, but this time Clarence Tyson doesn't miss on the first occasion.
Number 44, Trimmingham.
Check, this is the old frozen rope. Have a look at that. And that is right down the barrel. And we've got a cameraman there who is probably wanting to be elsewhere just at the minute.
That was guards on top of the lenses. David Stiff at the other end though. What a game, 65 points to 60. Now stiff for 2.
Oh, he follows it up. Almost got his own rebound.
Rucker. Bullet pass to Bolden, who turned and spin. He did a 360 turn. You might have just heard it. One of our effects microphones from Alan Black said, come on, it's an all-star game. Let it ride.
Matt Zorner from the Illawarra Hawks checks in for Bruce Bolden, captain of the Hawks this year, and a big lad.
Big piece of work, isn't he? He's a mean-looking character, but he's always smiling all the time.
I got to say, you wouldn't suggest that the boys brought a whole lot of combs with them on the trip, would you?
Robert Rose again for 3.
Because
we talk a lot about letting your hair down at Uncle Toby's All-Star Game. It doesn't work here as Ricky Grace makes it 3 as well.
Oh,
beautiful pass from Derek Rucker.
Tyson again cleans up.
Jensen couldn't do it. Tyson could. Tell you what, Alan Black told me before that it was going to be the new improved. He was going to sit down, relax, and let everyone else worry about it. He can't control himself. Derek Rucker, yes, sir!
And now we have a 1-point ball game as the North all of a sudden turn on some speed, pace, and dunking by Derek Rucker.
68 points to 67. Take a look at Derek Rucker in open territory. Beautiful flight.
Oh, lovely finish too.
It was a perfect 10 finish, wasn't it?
Look at this, 2-foot landing. Magnificent.
You reckon he saw the flash of the cameraman right there too?
Yeah.
I think that most of these guys, before they started this game, got a little pinpoint on where all the cameramen were. Where are the photographers? 68 points to 67. 2.5 minutes remaining. Brett Maher now misses for 3.
Oh, stiff, another rebound. And an assist.
Beautiful. Mark Bradkey. Brett Brown did make the point in that timeout that Robert Rose was really lighting things up. That's what he's been doing as Clarence Tyson gets rejected by Bradkey. And another white singlet in Tony Jensen's there to push it in. 70 points to 69. 17 points for Robert Rose so far. He leads all scorers. Clarence Tyson's also bumped along to 14. Derek Rucker tries to get in the face of Andrew Gaze, goes back to Bradkey.
Little 2-man game for the Melbourne Tigers players, and stiff again thereabouts on the board. But now, the North have a chance to hit the lead.
1 minute, 35 remaining. Swatted away. Rucker with more brilliant passing. There's another one. Jensen decides penetration's the way to go. But didn't get the result, so the South All-Star team bring it back through Brett Maher.
Bradkey, of course, the league's leading rebounder this season, averaging over 15 rebounds per game. He has 5 already in this game.
The T-Mac in the middle of some heavy traffic in the paint. Tyson. There's David Stiff. Here's some numbers. Maher to McDonald. Easy.
Well, he had a couple of options, but I figure after the last time where they turned the ball over, he decided he'd take it all the way himself. And a good choice there by Darryl McDonald.
Tony Jensen to Clarence Tyson. The referees have found a foul.
The personal foul. To number 50, Mark Bradkey, a pushing foul.
Pushing foul on Mark Bradkey.
To the free throw.
Only 10 fouls in total. The North have only got 2 next to their name. This is Clarence Tyson at the free throw line. Makes 1 out of 1.
Well, we can expect this game, a pretty obvious statement, but it's 74 to 70. You're going to be up in the 130s or 140s. Of course, we go back to 1991, the score was 168 to 154. The South team winning that one. So, it's going to be a score fest.
I don't think they're going to slow down either. Inside 30 seconds, there's 17 on the shot clock. So the South All-Stars are going to have to remember that there's a playbook involved here. And it found Brett Maher. Everything worked. 13 seconds, there's plenty of white singlets. Tony Jensen. Whoa!
The old fake, the around the back pass. Hang on to it. Made the hoop.
That was Tony Jensen. He'll go up and make it a three-point play.
In this game, 3. You get a foul.
Does so. So it's all locked up at 74. The D-Mac puts on a nice move. And Matty Zorba from way downtown. Well, he found the backboard, and that was just about good enough. In the final of this long-distance shootout, misses the first, gets the second. Skips the third, drains the fourth. That's the money ball, and he makes it.
That's a big one.
4 points. He's up to 6 now. Misses that. 7, 8 points.
That's 2 money balls he's got, Matthew, and that is just so valuable for him. That's a good score at this point of the round.
From the top now, Vlahov firing away. He's up to 10. Can he make it 3 out of 3 money balls? He does.
It's going to be a good score.
He's still got 18 seconds left.
He's got to get a move on, though. He doesn't want to fall short. He's got to get all those shots away.
He's going to have 10 seconds from the last rack, and the money ball counts there. 15 points, make it 16. He's got 4 seconds. He's going to have to toss it up. He's up to 17. This is the last shot, the money ball, and he's dropped it too. 19 points for Andrew Vlahov from the Perth Wildcats. Loggins fires away from the first rack. Remember, they've got 25 shots in all. He's not looking good from there. Finally, he gets that one to drop. And the money as well. So 3 points from the first rack.
Leroy Loggins says, show me the money.
That's what he'll be doing afterwards if he can get more than 19. He's got 6 going up to the top of the key. His stroke isn't as good as what it has been in the elimination rounds. He's really averaging only 1 or 2 from each rack. But he does make the money ball count there, so 10. He needs another 10 points.
Gonna get
He's
on a
up
roll.
to 11. Now 12.
It's happening.
Does he make it 13?
Oh, it's happening.
Does he make it 14? Can he make it 16?
Oh,
yes!
It's going to be close.
16 points at the last rack. 17. 18.
Oh, he's on fire.
This will level it. This will win it. And he does.
Leroy Loggins.
Leroy Loggins, you are sensational. 39 years of age, Leroy Loggins takes out the Qantas long-distance shootout in the best possible fashion you could ever imagine. Leroy, you're an absolute genius.
But that's what I'm all about, pressure, you know. Thank goodness I didn't have to come out and shoot first tonight. You know, I could just sit back, see what my target was, relax a little bit, keep my eye on the clock, and just relax and shoot.
Stay with us at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. We'll have more of the Uncle Toby's All-Star Game right after this break. And as our players get ready for second half action, the scoreline for you is all locked up at 74 points apiece. The North shooting 9 out of 10 from the free throw line and 3 out of 4 for the South. From outside, the North have been lining up at 52%. Brett Brown, South at 41%. From the field, well, the South have dominated there, 57%. The rebounds, there's been plenty of them. Turnovers, 8-6. And assists, well, the South have 14 compared to 7 for the North. They're the top scorers. Robert Rose with 17 points. Clarence Tyson has had a big impact with 16. Isaac Burton, all 12 of his have been spectacular. Leon Trimmingham leads the South with 13. David Stiff has 12, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come. So too with Crawford, Radke, Ricky Grace. Let's see what Brett Brown's thinking as they head into the second half.
Okay, man or zone. Make sure that we don't get beat like we did the first time. Know your man, just carry a hand, everybody guard somebody. If you rebound, you can run and not deal with the zone.
Let's get this over with. Well, Brett Brown, pretty particular with his players as he puts on Gaze, Bradkey, McDonald, Ronaldson and Grace. That's what he's going to come up with.
I'm just off shot at the moment, but as I'm looking at some of the mascots as the crocodile goes past the referees. He's got the seeing eye dog and the white cane. Terrific stuff. So entertainment for everybody here at Sydney Entertainment Centre for Uncle Toby's All-Star Game. It really is a lot of fun, but now we're down to the serious business, the second half, Matthew, and I would expect that we will see this game get a little bit more serious as we get down to the wire.
That's Alan Black. He's put on Rucker, Jensen, Bolden, Dwayne McLean, Robert Rose. North versus South continues in this All-Star Game for 1997. Tip-off. We get underway in the third quarter. Sonny Jensen's down there. Of course, that's the Northern team with the white singlets, and that's Andrew Gaze, the Southern team. Robert Rose got in the way, had a look at the sideline for good measure, decided to give it to Rucker, who gives it off to Bolden, bounces it off the metal, and Mark Bradkey brings down a big rebound and a steal, and another steal. They look a little bit serious.
Yeah, it'll just take a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things, but I'm sure they'll start racing up and down again.
Ronaldson and Jensen were certainly going hard at it. Now Ronaldson clears out. He loves them from that range at that spot. Poor old crocodile mascot still trying to find his way back. Nice shot, Dwayne McLean.
And what a great recovery it's been by Dwayne McLean as we see Ricky Grace going for two. A very, very serious knee operation with the Gold Coast Rollers. Could well have been the end of his career, but has bounced back with the new look Brisbane Bullets and is having an outstanding season. And he is just such a tremendous talent. Of course, one of the great, all-time great one-on-one players that has ever come to Australia. And Paul Maley, you would have played a number of times against that man, Dwayne McLean, and it's great to see him back, and it's great to see him back here in Sydney.
It certainly is, Dean, and I'm glad you were pointing out a nice three-pointer from Bolden there. I'm glad you point out that recovery of his, but I think he would probably particularly enjoy this game because, as you also correctly pointed out, his one-on-one skills have always been some of the best ever to hit Australia, I think, and he's been playing a little bit out of position for the Brisbane Bullets as a four-man typically, and in this setup, he gets to play facing the basket a lot more and do more of that sort of stuff, but he couldn't get it to drop.
Couldn't get it to drop over the top of Tony Ronaldson as the D-Mac hits the floor.
Oh, it's like the Trotters. Have a look at this.
How did he come up with that? How did he get that back? There's a little bit more passion, I get the feeling, out there at the moment.
There's no doubt. I mean, now I sound like a broken record, but as we get closer to the finish, these guys are going to get very serious. It's all smiles at the moment. It's a close game. They are desperate to win. Yeah, they're going to go out and have a good time after the game, but they want the bragging rights, and they're going to work very hard to get them.
Andrew Gaze isn't happy about collecting that foul. This is his 7th Uncle Toby's All-Star Game.
Well, he's just a walking legend statistically. Bruce Bolden at the line, another player who has played long service here in Australia now with the Sydney Kings, started off way back with the Nunawading Spectres. Went to St Kilda Westside Saints and then ended up Magic and now with the Sydney Kings. And really, he's had such a long career. Fantastic player. It's Bruce Bolden.
Terrific bloke as well. It's his 5th All-Star Game. So too the courtside announcer here at the Sydney Entertainment Centre, Rodney Overby. That's the voice you hear in the background from Rodney O, putting in some heavy work, and Derek Rucker against Ricky Grace.
His second.
Foul is, sorry, Matt, I was just saying the foul is on Grace. It's his second.
His 3 shots.
Sends Rucker to the line.
He'll have 3 attempts. He was going for 3 when he was fouled the first one. Went in the hard way but dropped.
Averaging 25 points per game in season 97, which is second best in the Mitsubishi Challenge.
Guess who's number 1?
No, you don't have to be an expert to work out. That man is in the lower left of your screen, Andrew Gaze, with 32 points per game, 1997.
It's almost a given he's going to collect 30 every game in the Mitsubishi Challenge.
Might be battling in this one. There's just 3, but still, I've said that before.
Now Mark Bradke had enough time to think about it. That's a nice 2. Rucker again. From a long way out. Ronaldson's there for the rebound. Grace.
Going to get it
Rucker
again.
got in the way, but Grace got it back. And a travel call.
Yes. Mac, you got him. Yeah, you got it.
D-Mac lines up against Robert Rose. Bolden set the screen. Bradke's there and Ronaldson got in the way again. Now there's plenty of numbers. Well, so much so that they all thought that somebody else would get it. Andrew Gaze is there to put in the 2.
Raffle it, guys. Somebody get that ball.
Jensen decides to go off the glass with a sweet move off the left hand.
Nice finish by Tony Jensen. Of course, was a member of the Olympic team, the Australian Olympic team that travelled to Atlanta.
86-85, the North All Stars have it. Here's Rucker. Oh, nice fadeaway jumper from Bruce Bolden. Makes it 88-85 now with 8 minutes left. Whoa, big time outlet pass and Tony Jensen will be lucky if he doesn't end up, well, how you doing, sir? Enjoying your night at the basketball? Good on you. My name's Tony Jensen. He should have collected a chicken leg or something while he was there.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, right now, 1 top.
So a couple of changes for the South team. Brett Brown's put on a few subs in James Crawford and Vlahov's back on. So too is Leon Trimmingham.
And North has gone back into a zone defense. We see it did prove fairly effective for him in that first half.
Rucker with the no-looker for Jensen, who went underneath. They like that one.
So the North with a 3-point lead.
Ronaldson turns around for 3. Bolden's there.
Chance to go further ahead.
Here's Rucker. Got trapped by Trimmingham and the D-Mac. This is the play from Rucker to Jensen, who went underneath a haymaker from Darryl McDonald.
Good finish by Tony Jensen again.
He's
So
got 2
having a
refs on the other side,
very good call.
and he calls that.
That's what we like to see. Huh?
Now we're back into business, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now we're back into business. Brett Brown having a spray. It's referees while Derek Rucker just sprays it from outside.
Time out for the South.
93 points to 87. The North All Stars lead the South All Stars. The Uncle Toby's game. And as we've said before in this game, you need a bit bigger lead than that to get a breakaway in an All-Star event.
Turnover against the South. And that's their 13th turnover, so that statistic is rising a little. But you could expect the turnovers to be relatively high because you've got guys who don't play alongside each other week to week. The North have 8 turnovers.
Not to mention the pace they started with is Derek Rucker. Out the back to Leroy Loggins. You know, we've seen what Leroy Loggins can do from outside. We may as well just say it's going to go in.
It's a gimme. I don't know why I'm going to say given.
Just give him.
Tony Ronaldson was setting himself up for the little baby hook shot, which he has put into his repertoire of late. But a good double team down low there on that play. There it is, automatic. Just show me the money.
It's almost autopilot.
Yes.
Just lets it fly.
Foul on that play to Bruce Bolden. Inside to Ronaldson. James Crawford with the dunk.
Take a look at James Crawford just putting the finishing touches on that move. Bruce Bolden and Leroy Loggins could do nothing but look.
They're saying there we're quicker and whatever. You guys got to contain the dribble. Go.
Brett Brown says contain
yes,
the dribble.
Stay with that.
Get out there and get moving again. Well, Paul Maley, you're pretty close to the action down there on the sidelines. Have you noticed in this third quarter that while the tempo may have slowed down a little, certainly everything else has picked up as far as intensity goes?
I agree, Matt. I think both teams have definitely come out a little bit more serious in the second half, and that zone that the North team is playing has proven to sort of slow things down a little bit.
Bolden has 3 goes in it.
That's what you call working on your stats.
And persistence pays off to make it 98-89 now. Ronaldson, almost an alley-oop. Here's Rucker. Goes for 3. Oh, Derek Rucker! Look at Alan Black. As Rucker takes the North past the 100 mark, 101-89. Vlahoff for 3. Burton came in heavy.
This is a very handy lead for the North when you consider really they came into this game as the underdog. Most pundits selected the South. And at this stage, a 12-point lead is very handy. And Derek Rucker up to 18 points, including 3 3-pointers.
Well, he's exciting his coach, so I think he's going to be out there for a while. This kind of game, it's going to be very nice to your coach.
It's a fairly handy backcourt that the North have got out there at the moment with Rucker and Isaac Burton. Mind you, the opposition isn't too bad either. Brett Maher out there. And you can raffle it. They're really just going to go with the 1 point. And you've got Crawford, Stiff, Trimmingham and Vlahoff to make up the 5.
North add to their lead now. Make it 103-90. Burton was on his way then. Quite interesting that Derek Rucker is shooting at 50% from outside. And take a breather, Alan. Rucker shooting at 50%, I was about to say, before Alan Black decided he was going to do something spectacular for us. He's normally averaging around 39% in the NBL. Rucker. Now Burton decides to go in, but Vlahoff got right in his face.
The South team, Paul Maley, just starting to trying, I think, to turn it on a little bit. They're getting a little bit more serious. This is a good hard foul by Andrew Vlahoff.